Hi, this is Julian Varas. I'm the CEO and founder of C1DO1, and also I'm the Vice Chair of Simulation Training at Católica University of Chile. We are all very familiarized with the conceptual model of the Miller's Pyramid. Simulation training helps us achieve the third level of Miller's Pyramid by allowing our trainees to demonstrate skills and practice in a simulated environment. The problem is we would love our trainees to be able to establish learning curves, thus train much more than they do. And not only to be able to practice for intensive 1 or 2 day sessions a semester or even a year. This three-pillar framework helps you understand what is needed to teach and transfer practical skills. Imagine I want to teach you guitar lessons. The first pillar would be that you will need access to a real guitar, maybe also a nice acoustic room and a video camera to record you. All of this is part of the first pillar. The second pillar is the training problem. How many sessions? What is the objective of this course? If I teach you advanced guitar, hopefully you will graduate from that course with advanced skills, and you can or will be able to demonstrate these skills by playing guitar in a real scenario. Why not a concert? The third pillar is the hardest to get, the teachers, and who will give the feedback. This is just an example, I'm a surgeon, of one of the first pillars that I used to train surgeons in advanced laparoscopy. Most simulation training centers have first pillar like phantomas, real scenarios, replicas, etc. Let me show you a second pillar. This is just as an example. Remember, I'm a surgeon. Here, we want to train resident surgeons to perform a complete bowel anastomosis. Look at the validation study of this training program, where we can see the learning curve. By session 9, trainees were able to really get good at doing a bowel anastomosis at the skills lab. The worst performance before training had much better performance after training compared to the most talented person at the beginning of the training. And this means that the training program has a powerful effect in acquiring skills. But does this mean that they will be able to perform better in the operating room? If you play basketball in a PlayStation, does this make you a better basketball player? We needed to measure how the skills were transferred to the real scenario. We compared recently graduated med students trained with this advanced simulation training program I just showed you, and compared them to 5-year graduated general surgeons with no simulation training. Junior trainees were simply much better than general surgeons with no simulation training. But how can I train surgeons 16 sessions a year? How many teachers must I have to do this? And who should be the teachers? In healthcare, we always call the most expert clinician to train our trainees. And this is like in soccer calling Lionel Messi to train these kids at Paris Saint-Germain. But Messi is very busy and never available, and always, we don't know if he actually knows how to give feedback. In soccer, they have solved this by hiring coaches, expert trainers, trained to give feedback, and always available for their trainees. Is this even feasible in our healthcare area? So Messi usually should dedicate himself, or her, in this case himself, to play soccer. But if we have dedicated coaches that are always available to give feedback, can we train more trainees? Can we make it cost efficient? We created C1DO1, a platform that enables the best of in-person training with individualized feedback and combines it with the best features of online learning to make it digital and accessible to anyone, anywhere. Trainees will record themselves training a skill or a procedure, and the video will get uploaded for them to later receive individualized feedback. We've realized that we all need feedback when we commit mistakes to improve these mistakes. C1DO1 just makes feedback much more accessible. While the C1DO1 cycle occurs, important data is being harvested and used to create amazing automation algorithms for future learning guided by artificial intelligence. In the laparoscopic course I showed you at the beginning, we were able to demonstrate that C1DO1 is as good as the classic in-person training format. If transferring surgical skills is feasible, why not do it for other practical or technical skills? And we were able to start using C1DO1 in nursing, physical therapy, and most healthcare related areas. Trainees are then receiving their feedback asynchronously, and they are able to watch the inputs they have from teachers over and over again. In this study, thanks to C1DO1, Católica University was able to train in 3 months over 1,200 trainees in 4 different skills to manage patients with COVID. C1DO1 not only works, but it is helping organizations decrease training costs by at least 50% while reaching more trainees with the same number of tutors. We were able to demonstrate that only 2 sessions of 20 minutes with C1DO1 feedback in between is much better than 3 or 4 hours of workshop. And instead of having 25 trainers for 120 trainees as an example, you now only need less than 10. So C1DO1 is helping us to be able to reach more trainees, to have accessibility, to actually have lifelong learning and continuous education, to achieve learning curves at your own pace and with a personalized mosaic learning. This means that you can grab courses from different areas and different sections, and why not different institutions. So thank you.